Yo, what is going on everyone? GuidingLight here, back with a quick Destiny 2 guide, and in this one, I'm going to show you guys how you can get the Still Hunt exotic sniper here in the final shape. Now, if you guys did not know, this is actually a sniper which will charge up an ability which will let you fire golden gun shots as sniper bullets. So very quickly, guys, I'm going to walk you guys through how it is you can get started on this because I know it's a very sought after weapon here in the final shape. Now, the first step is going to be actually to complete the main storyline, the full campaign of the final shape. Now, what this is going to do, it's going to give you the ability to talk to Cade 6 at the old Destiny 1 tower once you guys do that. So you will get a bunch of quests after completing the main story. You can wrap a few of them up if you'd like, but wildcard will be available here from Cade 6, and it doesn't take too long to complete. If you start it right away, it'll maybe take about 45 minutes. But it is a very, very long quest in terms of like not having a break. It's just nonstop back-to-back missions. So go ahead and get started on this with Cade 6. The very first step is going to be to complete wildcard, and you can actually go ahead and get started on that very easily by just going into the director. Just go ahead and click on the quest here, wildcard. We're going to launch right into the mission, and I'll walk you guys through all of the different steps along the way. The first thing you will need to do is go ahead into this free roam location. It's going to launch you straight into the mission. Now, there's going to be a bunch of other objectives on the side, given that this is like a public area that other people can run around and do missions in. But what you're going to want to focus on is this mission called Investigate the Area. You're going to have these white markings telling you guys where to go. So what you'll want to do is go ahead and go to these 3 or 4 different points. Go ahead and hit Investigate. And once you do that, you can go ahead and hop on your Sparrow and move on to the next one. So just investigate all of these, and it will bring you guys to the next point of the mission. Once you guys have investigated the few points, it's going to have you guys set up a small camp in the back of the map. Now, once you guys do this, Crow and Cade will arrive. Now, I'm not going to spoil cutscenes or any sort of dialogue, but that is what will happen. So you're going to come here, set up a camp, and you're going to go on a few smaller missions here after setting up this camp. So go ahead and do that. I don't want to spoil any too much after that. Now, once you guys have set up camp and gone through the cutscenes and things, it will tell you guys to collect the Dark Ether. Now, what you'll have to do is just simply leave that area. It'll have a white marking exactly where to go. You're going to have to kill these enemies, and they will actually end up dropping the Dark Ether, sort of like motes of light. Now, we'll have you guys rotating to different areas. You're going to have to do this 2 or 3 times, collecting this Dark Ether, until eventually it does have you guys go back to the camp. So after doing that, it's going to tell you guys to locate an energy signature. It's pretty much the exact same thing as going for the Dark Ether. You're just going to go there, investigate the area, and it'll have you move on to the next section. Now, once you guys have done this, you will get to a respawn restricted area, and it's sort of a small boss fight. You may want to save up some supers or, heavy ammo and things like that for it. It's not like it's difficult, but there's just going to be a ton of enemies. It may take a few minutes to defeat. Now, some of these enemies will be behind shield barriers. Just make sure that you go inside of these barriers in order to deal damage to these enemies, because you will not be able to shoot through it. If you're new to the game or anything like that, this may be new to you, so just go ahead and go right in. You won't get damage for being inside, but it's the only way to actually deal damage to these enemies. Now, once you guys do defeat this small boss, it did take me about 5 minutes or so because there were a ton of different waves. It will tell you guys to go back to the camp, and you'll get a few more dialogue, a few little cutscenes to deal with, but I will not spoil them. So after this, it's going to send you guys back out of the camp to go ahead and destroy these 4 blights. Now, this is pretty simple, but the only way to destroy the blights actually is to go up to the area where the blight is in and defeat all of the enemies around it. You do not have to deal any damage directly to the blight. As you can see, it is actually going to be completely immune. So go ahead and take these out. What you'll need to do is go ahead and go up to the ones that are marked. There's going to be a bunch of enemies located around with yellow health bars. Just go ahead and take them out, and it will destroy the blight, and you can move on to the next one. Also, don't forget that you can still use your Sparrow to get around from area to area very quickly. Now, after you are done with these blights, it will have you go back to the camp to speak with Crow. Now, I'm going to skip through any of the dialogue so you guys can save it for yourselves. But once this is done, you will be sent back out on another mission. It's going to tell you guys to go find a secret cave. It's actually located right next to the first area we investigated when we first arrived here. So you're going to come back to this area. This time, though, you're going to drop down. There's going to be a small cave underneath. Now, once you get to this point, you will have to deal with a small boss fight. It's not very hard, but I would suggest putting a long-range weapon on. Now, all that's going to happen is there's going to be a bunch of shanks that spawn in across the way, but you will have to kill them from this tower. You actually can't leave the tower or you will go out of bounds. So just stay here in this tower, destroy all of the shanks, and a small boss will come out who's not very hard to complete. The only thing you have to watch out for is in between the waves of enemies. Like after you take down 1 health bar from the boss, there will be exploder shanks that will appear above you and around you. So just be on the lookout for those because they can be quite annoying and one-hit you if they do deal damage to you. So just go ahead and wrap up this boss fight. I suggest using a linear fusion as it really does melt through the boss, especially from a distance as well. Now after this, You're gonna go back to speak with Crow and Cade, and they're actually gonna have a little bit of a cutscene again. Now, this time you're gonna go back on another mission, but instead it's gonna tell you guys to track the essence. It will teleport you guys into a special mission where you can then go ahead and complete it. So this mission was relatively easy, just a bunch of enemies and a small boss fight, but it will bring you guys to a small cutscene. Now, once this is over, you will actually be rewarded with the sniper by just simply collecting it back at Cade in the tower. So hopefully this does help you guys out, a complete walkthrough of how it gets to get this done with no spoilers, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.